Hey cats, been missing y'all. We're trying to teach y'all since 7th grade the difference in discipline and character. Character's revealed during tough times, you know, and character's what you do when nobody's watching. I've heard a lot of y'all been active, which is great. You know, I know some of you have been hog hunting, some of you have been boxing out at the park. Sorry about that, Chug. Heard a little bit about that. Know that some of y'all been doing a little frog gigging. Now, you know that's not legal till April the 15th. Some of you have been chasing a few chickens, fishing, and that's great. Be active, still continue to be active. But we're going to have to get some workouts in to keep our conditioning, our flexibility, our strength that we worked so hard to do. I think this can be a great advantage for us because I think we are a team of character. I think we're a program of character. You know, this is going to go back to this is a huge part of your year in developing for the 2020 season, which we fully expect to play on August the 28th against Fordyce. So what you do and how you handle your time is going to have a huge impact on that coming up. I don't know about y'all, but I'm about tired. My daughters have got these bears out here for the little kids, and I'm kind of tired of watching bears, and I'm ready for the cats to work out. So I'm going to show you a few things you can do at home. If you've got weights, great. I know some of y'all have got some weights, and that's great. You know, if you can do your bench, squat, power clean at home, it's great. But I'm going to show you a few things that we can do around the house that you need to do at least, you know, I'd recommend every day that you do until we get back. Okay, first of all, you need to get your warm-up in every day. You can change that up. One day you can do your hurdles. You can do that anywhere inside. If you got your door handle, you can do your leg swings where you're going over, you get 10 there, come back, get your 10. You've got at least something visual to look at with the doorknob. You know, some of you shorter guys can use the doorknob for your over-unders. You taller guys, you might use this light switch, you know, where you're using as a reference point, but I'm stepping through, squatting low, step under, squat, step under, squat, step under, and get your sets of 10 with your hurdles. It's going to keep your flexibility and, you know, also help some of your explosiveness. All right, naturally, you know, if you've got a jump rope is great. One of the best things you can do for quickness, explosion, and conditioning, all bottled up in one. You know, if you want to do a conditioning workout, you know, get you about 500 jump ropes. You know, you can space that out through the day. But as a warm-up, it's great. You know, our standard jump rope, most of you do better than that. Come on now. You know, do all your different ropes. Now, if you got a rope, you can just cut a rope off outside. If you don't have a rope, you can do the old imaginary deal. You know, where I'm just sitting here counting my jumps. Be sure you're moving your arms. Just get your heart flowing. Also, makes you work your calves, your explosions. You know, you can do it like that. You know, your 10 jumps on your right leg, 10 jumps on your left leg, and that will at least keep some explosiveness into you and also help with your conditioning. Okay, you know, you can break your workout up. You know, if you want to do, like, say, upper body 2 days a week, lower body 2 days a week. What I recommend, since you've got limited things to do, is I'd recommend you do some type of combination workout every day where you're working upper body and lower body. Of course, push-ups are one of the best things that you can do. You know, one thing that you can do is try to get up to 1,000 push-ups a week, where you do, you know, sets of 25 throughout the day. Keep your journal, write your total down. All right, today I got 100, today I got, you know, you may not be able to do that the first week, but if you'll start that this week, maybe by the time we get back together, you're doing 1,000. I promise you that'll keep your muscle mass, it'll keep your strength in check. But, you know, there's a variety of ways to do push-ups. Trying to get my dog in shape here. Your old standard push-up. Make sure you're doing it right. Okay, if you're having trouble with that after so many, if your arms are starting to get tired, a little easier way to do them that's best is once you get fatigued, you can elevate. Okay, those are all good ways. All right, now for your triceps, I know Eli's worried about this. He's trying to get that bench up. By the way, Pump tells me he's to 300 pounds on bench press. So Eli, I hope you're coming with it. But to work the triceps, which is going to help you on the bench, you can do diamond push-ups. Narrow grip, that's going to isolate the tricep muscle, which naturally is harder. Okay. If you've got a step or something, you can do some dips where you sit down here, put your legs out. It'll probably be better if you didn't have a step in the way. Just have a drop like this. That works. That works working the back of the arm. I actually feel that some of the shoulders too. But those are some things that you can do for your upper body. Of course, your shoulders. This is something, there's really no excuse to not do this. You can get a brick, you get some type of light weight around your house of some kind. And of course, y'all all remember our shoulder routine. You know, be sure I'm holding it, not just flying through it. And that will help you in the fall with stingers. Don't play a physical brand of football, then you don't want to have stingers. Lateral, laterals, bends, bends. Okay, y'all remember the routine. You got your five shoulders. I'd get those at least 3 days a week. Be a good time to work that. Your neck, naturally, you know, you can work the isometric necks that we've been doing. Some with the older guys. I don't know if your night-car's been doing it or not. But you know, where you're standing in place, you go down 1001, 1002, 1003, emphasizing that squeeze, 1004, all the way to 1010. You go back, 1001, hold it, you really feel that one good. 1002, 1003, you get the point, all right, to your right, 1001, 1002, 1003, come over to your left, 1001, 1002, 1000, all the way to 1010, you know. And I would do those, I'd rotate those, you know, one day do your shoulders, next day do your neck, vice versa, you know. But get those necks strong, keep them things strong, keep them built up. Man, we had a lot of guys at 17, we had a lot of guys right there on the verge of getting to 17, which is our goal. You know, research proves that prevents concussions. So let's hit them necks, hit their shoulders hard. Okay, hopefully y'all will last longer than my dog. Hopefully y'all haven't got that out of shape. All right, for the lower body, you know, it's gonna be a little bit harder here. You know, but we can keep our flexibility, we keep our explosion, we keep our upper body. Lower body's gonna be tough. You know, if you got a bicycle, that's great. You know, bicycle around. But you know, we do the best we can. Main thing is keep our flexibility. Of course, you can do that. Get you any type of shovel or broom or something at home. Nothing takes the place of the squat. If you got access to the weight, I know Brother John's got some weight out there at Bethel. Anybody else got access? There's nothing. You'd be better off to squat with 135 pounds than any of this stuff I'm fixing to show you. This is for an alternative. There's nothing else you can do. All right, but this will keep your hip flexibility and help you when you come back. All right, you know, same as I normally do a squat. You know, I'm just going down. Be sure of keeping my back straight, back flat. Be sure that the top of my leg is below parallel. Okay, so looking to this side, you know, keeping my heels planted in the ground, looking up. All right, right there, my upper thigh should be below parallel. My hip should be below parallel. Back up. Okay. Now on these, we're about to do more than 6. You know, when we do it at school, we're working more strength. So, you know, we're doing 6s or less. Here with this, you know, you probably need to do sets so you can start out, you know, be your own judge. Some of you stronger guys probably gonna do sets of 20, maybe 3 sets of 20. You know, some of you weaker guys, maybe sets of 10, but you know, I would do those for sure 2 to 3 times a week. That'll keep your hips flexible. And will help you maintain some strength. You know, research shows that the brain, you know, they did research with injured athletes, and you know, the brain doesn't know. In other words, if you're working that muscle in the same movement, you'll keep a pretty good percentage of your strength compared to if you don't work it, because all your brain knows is that movement. Okay, your muscle actually knows the stress. So, you know, you can keep a pretty good bit of strength just by doing these movements. Okay, next thing with the legs, same thing. You get some bricks, you get some canned goods or some milk jugs, or, you know, fill them with water. It's great. Milk jugs with water, Coke, liter Coke bottles with water, the bigger, you know, just something to give you a little bit of weight, help you with the balance. You can still do your lunges, you know. This is great for speed, which is what phase we would be in right now. Speed phase. It's great for flexibility. It will help maintain some of your leg strength. If you do it right, you're gonna feel it in your hamstrings. You're gonna feel it in your butt. You know, if you get bored with doing it in place like this, be sure you're, you know, that's 1, 2, 3. I'm counting every leg. You know, probably need to do. Normally we do sets of 10 on each leg. You know, with lighter weight. Probably need to do sets of 20. If you get bored with doing it at the same place, I can always just go, you know, I can walk down the path. Be sure you count 3, 4, 5, 6, you know, all the way to 30. Okay? Then naturally you can do the lateral lunge, you can do the forward lunge in one day, or you can do all of these in one day. It's not gonna hurt you to do both. You'll have more time on your hands. You know, we have to divide it up because of time. But your lateral lunge, make sure you're in a good athletic position, okay? Stepping over to the right, okay, getting a good extension there with my left leg, good bend with my right. Coming back up, gathering, boom, to the left. That's 2. Well, actually, that's 1, that's 3. I'm counting every time. That's 4, so that'd be 2 reps. Be 3 reps. All the way to 10 there. Now we're doing lightweight at school with that, so probably you'd be okay. They're doing 3 sets of 10 with your bricks or your whatever weight you got. That's great for hip flexibility. That's great for growing, man. You know, you'd be surprised other programs, all the growing problems they have. That's a great exercise. It strengthens that growing, which is very vulnerable muscle if you don't have proper strength in it. Y'all know my daughter's having to help me with this because y'all know me in technology. So here's a word from one of our sponsors, Ms. Presley Toddy.
Y'all 9th graders, y'all need to get off your butts and listen to my dad. He says y'all are a good group, but he needs some people to step up next year, and I'll be standing with him on the sidelines.
Need them to be players. Yeah, another one of our sponsors, Dr. Pepper. You can imagine how many of those I've drank the last 2 weeks. We're gonna put this can to use. All right, next thing we want to do is we want to keep good explosion, you know, our power clean. Now, surprisingly, you can probably keep closer to your max in the power clean than any of the lifts we do, just simply by doing some explosive exercises. So we want to do standing broad jumps. Okay, now you can do too many and make your leg weary, and it becomes a strength or an endurance workout. We're not wanting a strength or endurance workout with our jumps. We're wanting the explosion. So just like with power clean, you know, we never do more than 5. We never do less than 3, okay? So, you know, somewhere in that 3 to 5 range, put your Dr. Pepper can down on the ground. Better do this in the grass because the grass is gonna be softer than the concrete. That can be your reference point, you know, or I got a little piece of board here, you can stand behind the board. But, you know, sit here, bend your knees, get some swinging motion, and explode out, okay? That's 1. Take your Dr. Pepper can, put it at the mark. You know, I'm going to do like sets of 5. I'm going to walk back here. Boom. 2. Move your Dr. Pepper can. You know, you get the idea. Do set of 5. You know, get your rest like we normally do in the weight room. And you know, get you probably 3 sets of 5 or 5 sets of 3. That'll keep your hip explosion, help on your power clean. Okay, also along with the broad jump, the vertical jump is going to help you keep your explosion, which is going to help you on your power clean and all your explosive lifts. There's a couple different ways you can work the vertical. You want to do the same type principle. You want to do like 5 sets of 3 or 3 sets of 5 jumps. You can get some chalk. My wife's not going to let me chalk my house. You can or you get some duct tape, you know, but you want to start, jump, kind of get a visual cue of where you're at. All right, you want to alternate legs, or you want to do like, you know, like right there, I step with my left foot, so then I want to come back and step with my right foot. So I'm alternating my legs. I'm working both right and left. That's the way you can do it. Everybody's got something they can jump touch. If you got a basketball goal. Okay, your planks. I know this is like Davis's favorite and Culpepper's favorite. Some of you guys chug. Y'all probably been doing these every day. But seriously, these are really good for lower back injury. You know, I know everybody does those for the abs, and everybody wants the six-pack of abs. But the great thing is we got this. Man, years ago, Coach Nutt was at Arkansas with dealing with back problems. And man, since we did this, boy, we have a whole lot less back problems. So we need to stay on top of this. Naturally, y'all, do you have that stopwatch? Come on. All right, you need a stopwatch so you can guide yourself. Get my lovely sister here. Okay. You know, get you some type of watch, or you can count in your head if you need to. But what we're doing here is you need to hold this plank for 30 seconds. You know, somewhere in the middle, you know, maybe at 10 or 15, whichever you prefer. You know, you advanced guys need to go right arm, left leg. Anything's better than nothing. But you smaller guys, you know, be sure I'm going the right leg, left leg, holding that for 10. Count it out if you need to. Back to the bridge. You know, then somewhere maybe around 40, 35, something like that. I'm going left arm, right leg, holding that for 10. Count in your head if you need to, if you don't have a watch. Back. Okay, so then when I get to a minute, I'm gonna go to my side. Okay, going to my side. Y'all know the deal here. Holding that for 10 seconds. Leg raise, 10 seconds. So I'm doing that for 30. Putting over here for 30, holding this 10. Leg up, 10. Back down, 10. Okay, then I'm all fours. And I want to hold this position for 30 seconds. Right arm, left leg. Left arm, right leg for 30 seconds. Don't forget your abs. Oh, he's motivated again. He's kind of like Wild Dan. He just will not go away. I love you, Dan. Don't forget the abs. They're great for your conditioning, great for your back, great for your abs, injury prevention. Okay, a final word from our sponsor, JC Toddy. Without JC and Presley, of course, this video would not happen. JC.
As he just said, I'm JC Toddy. I was part of the class of 2020. I'm very proud of our seniors. We were back-to-back district champions, won 34 games over 3 years. We've been one of the most winning teams since Rison High School has been in AAA football. But one of the great things about tradition is you're always trying to top it. And I challenge you guys to beat my class's records. Go out there and be back-to-back-to-back champions. Be the first Rison High School AAA state champions.
Okay, and then last, speed. You know, we need to work our speed. This is a speed development time. It's not something you have to kill yourself with. I know that Eli and Chug, some of you guys are disappointed we're not getting to do the 400s. You know, all we can do is Monty. I know Monty's really missing those 400s. But we work our speed, our short distance speed. So, you know, anybody can get 2 cans or 2 sticks or whatever. If you got a measuring tape, be great. You know, you can do this on the road. I recommend the grass if you got enough room, if you got a flat surface, because it's going to be easier on your legs. You run on the road a lot, it's harder on your legs, it's going to be hard on your shins, things like that. Okay, so put you a can down starting point, then I'll pace off. So that would be 10. What we want to do is ladders. You know, so we want to do, you know, you can mix this up any way you want to. You can do a 10, a 20, a 30, a 40, a 50, a 60. So you're talking about 6 sprints. You can do that one day. Next day you can come back and you can do the 60, the 50, the 40, the 30, the 20, the 10. Okay, so that's 2 workouts. You can do 640s. You can do you know, 220s, 240s, 260s. But you need to get about 6 sprints in. You can probably do that every other day. It's not something you have to do every day, but encourage you to not forget the speed. Another thing you can do is if you got a hill, it's great to sprint uphill. Now we're not looking for endurance running. You know, endurance, you're developing slow twitch fiber. Speed work, we're wanting to develop fast twitch fiber. We're wanting quick bursts. Football is a quick burst game. It's a change of direction game. You know, so whatever you do, you need to do burst or speed. Sprint, take a break. Sprint, take a break. You know, you can use your stopwatch to time yourself. You know, make sure you probably what we do when we start speed phase, we got about a 3-minute break. We'll do a sprint. Now, if it's a 10-yard sprint, you know, that's probably gonna be about a minute and a half. But when we're doing 40s, 50s, 60s, we're giving you a 3-minute break. You know, because we want maximum effort, maximum speed. You know, you can work your starts. Remember your start. I want to crowd the line. You know, whichever foot that I'm got forward is the leg I'm pressing off of. Remember, I want my hand in my pocket, hip in the pocket. You know, especially like you 7th graders who are having trouble with this. Do not want this. It looks pretty and all that, but it's not effective. Okay? So I'm driving off this front leg. First step is with my back leg. First step, back leg. I'm taking the hip, the pocket out of my hip. My leg is gonna do what my arm does. Okay. Now, great coaching point for you 7th graders. Look, if my feet are way back like this, now watch my first step. So, I've taken 1 step, and I still got 40 yards and a foot to run. Okay, so I want to crowd the line. Okay, taking 1 step, I got 39 yards to run. Okay, so that's going to help your times. So, you know, get out there and do your speed work. You older guys know our ankle stability work. You know, finish it off every day with a stretch that you can do for ankle stability. Find you something elevated here. You see I got this little ledge here. It's like we do at the house. I mean, like we do at the Pride. You know, where you're doing your heel raises, flip it over, do your toe raises. You know, don't let those go, man. Strengthen those ankles. Those little things make a difference. I promise you, little things are the difference in us playing OCL in the semifinals or packing our stuff up. So, you know, little things, difference in us beating Fordyce. So, you know, it could be an ankle injury that keeps you from making all-state or all-district, or it could be an ankle injury that keeps you from playing. So hit those ankles hard. Now you do those ankles and neck, you can do that every day, you know. I know that it probably get monotonous if you do it every day, but let's get busy, let's get to doing something. And then remember, when your muscles are warm, we want to stretch, just like a marshmallow. Okay, you take a hot marshmallow, it'll stretch all over the place. You take a cold marshmallow, you can't stretch it. So you want to stretch when you're warm. This is going to improve your flexibility, which is going to improve your speed. You know, all our stretches, our hang stretches, our quad stretches, you can always elevate it. You know, you can elevate them on, you know, throw it up on something. You know, you throw it up on something high like that. Go over with both hands, stretch it. I'm come back and put my quad up there. Squat down, feel that stretch there. That's something that's really good stretch, other than the old hang stretch and the lunge and growing. Okay, I know that's trivial to y'all, but we had a player. That's the difference in him playing in the CFL or the NFL because of his flexibility. So let's hit all that hard. Stay active. Enjoy your time. Be sure you're doing your AMI, getting your grades. My wife really wanted me to get the Wildcat in here. I like working with the Wildcats, but y'all know the illustration that I use is we want to be a bunch of alley cats instead of a house cat. House cat's fat, sassy, satisfied. Somebody poops its crap up, somebody feeds it, it lays around all day and does nothing. That's the illustration of the house cat. And then the alley cat is, you know, fights for its food, scratches and claws. Anything that approaches it didn't know. It's got a hiss, it's got a mean streak, it's got claws in it, it can't wait to fight and scrap just to survive. We want to be alley cats. Okay. Look forward to seeing y'all soon.